Pinecone and Crackshot, everybody's two favorite players in the Counter-Strike scene at the moment. We are going to be seeing them brawl it out in ESEA Intermediate. My name is Ito, and I'm really happy to bring you another game. This time, we're starting a little bit early, but we are going to be ending at our usual time slot here. We're going until 8 p.m., I think it is, my time. Actually, 9 p.m. it should be. Either way, we're just going to go ahead, hop right into ESEA Intermediate. This is Canadian Shoulder Peak versus We Global, and I'll be completely honest, I don't know absolutely anything about We Global. The only reason I'm really doing this game is that I just really want to support my boys on, well, boys and girls, on Canadian Shoulder Peak. They're just absolutely awesome people, and you know, gotta give them some love. This is going to be a little more chill than my normal broadcasting kind of shoutcasting style, I should say, will be. But I just want to go ahead and give them a little bit of love and give myself a nice little warm-up. So, We Global, starting up on our CT side here. A little bit of prodding from both teams here. First contact is actually made over towards lower. Vestu is able to find first frag, but they haven't found Angry, who actually just peeks out immediately and takes down Pinecone. Vestu will also chime in with a frag, and EZE with one as well. So 5 versus 1 straight off the bat, and it might just be a flawless round for We Global. Unfortunately, a little bit stained after Crackshot is able to take down Lo-Fi, but there's 4 more members. Surely not going to be able to run away with this one here by any stretch of the imagination. Crackshot, though, he's trying his best, though. He's making his way up long. Although the bomb is down, he still has plenty of time to work with here. I believe EZE did spot Crackshot, or not. Perhaps here, Vestu's going to be a little bit off guard. But still, Crackshot wins the fight here, but he's not ready for the double commit, and will fall just as quickly. So, nice little attempt from Crackshot. Unfortunately, it's not meant to be. Number 2. Forced up on the CT side here, we see We Global. That's interesting flashbang that they have there. Angry takes a fight over towards mid, and Canadian Shoulder Peak already get off to a good start. These pistols already proving to be relatively lethal versus Angry, and even more so as Crackshot gets into the picture. Only with the Glock manages to take down Vestu. So that MP9 has almost 0 value, and are Canadian Shoulder Peak seriously just going to strike right back? No way. Easy. A little bit of pot shot. Takes down one. That's Simba falling. We'll actually go for a second one here. These are the kind of duels that We Global need to take if they want to secure the second round. Not exactly in their best interest at the moment here, and unfortunately they're learning that the hard way. Finally, Lo-Fi is able to pick up another kill in favor of the counter-terrorist side, but I mean, they're on the verge of losing this one in a pretty just depressing fashion. In all honesty, everything is just going right for Canadian Shoulder Peak right now. EZE is the last one left alive after Lo-Fi was unfortunately able to put together that second kill. And EZE, I mean, he's been doing pretty good so far this round. He manages to, you know, take really good duels to take down the terrorists that we saw fall in the end. But, I mean, it's Crackshot who's even better. A quad kill for him. Can't get much better than that, can you? And the CTs are going to learn of it the hard way here. We Global, unfortunately, don't exactly put that second round together, and it's honestly really well played by Canadian Shoulder Peak. They took all the duels in perfect fashion. Really, though, how can you deny that that was not... I mean, that was just totally Crackshot all the way. I mean, a quad kill on an anti-eco round like that is pretty disgusting. Aggression is on the board for the CTs this time around, too, but Applesauce will lose the duel over towards Catwalk versus Hayes, who has bought up another MP9 here. Unfortunately, no upgrade available. There's MP9 on MP9 action there, and the M4 is apparently the one that's winning here. EZE taken out over towards B. Angry crosses mid. A little bit of shots coming out from Angry over at mid. Speaking of which, Pinecone is good on the trigger, though. She takes down one. Vestu is trying to look for a little bit of a gamble from Canadian Shoulder Peak over towards B. They're caught with their nades at the moment here. They might not be ready for it. The first one isn't, nor is the second. Crackshot falls. Hayes is able to get a kill in the picture as well. Corroded Beef now is suddenly left versus 2 members after taking down the first. From a 1-on-3 to a 1-on-2, still a very tall order no matter how you try to slice and dice this. And Corroded Beef is so good. He just shoots him through the smoke and takes down Hayes. He double fakes Lo-Fi. A little bit scared now. He's seen his comrades fall, but he will avenge them in kind here. It's a very good attempt from Corroded Beef. Really good read to spray through the smoke like that to take down that second person. Fortunately, was it the kill that finished the deal, and We Global are able to steal around right back. So, I mean, these force-ups seem to be pretty good. Lethal on Dust 2 so far, and really all of that was just because that push into B tunnels was just so damn good, so perfectly timed, and no one was watching for a peek. They're just caught with their nades out, caught with their pants down, however you want to say it. We're going to be heading into round number 4 here. Canadian Shoulder Peak, though, their eco is in a good state. Something you can't exactly say about We Global. They have AKs out, and the AKs will actually fall. Same story with a Krieg. Vestu finds a double over towards long doors. He doesn't even choose to upgrade his rifle. He's going to stick with that M4. It's done him good so far. Why not stick with what works? Pinecone takes a couple of pot shots on the player she spots over towards long. Can't quite thread the needle on it, and eventually will. But unfortunately, in the midst of things, all of her teammates have fallen, and she is going to be stuck in a 1-on-3. I need to stop saying stuck. She's going to be caught out in a 1-on-3 here, and she won't even be able to find the first. ESEA, the silent assassin with the MP9, will go ahead and eliminate Pinecone out of the picture. 3-1 now, so that bye unfortunately did not work out for Canadian Shoulder Peak whatsoever here. Both these teams, I would have to check their record one more time, but I think they are not in. Let's see, let me go ahead and try to find it. What is the record of both these teams at the moment? 4-1 and 4. All right, so both these teams are 4-1. Excuse me. I thought they were going to be 3-2, but it looks like I'm proven wrong, and Vestu's proving me wrong on how much he can get done with this M4. Same story with Applesauce. Has a little bit of an unfortunate whiff a bit earlier on with his AK, I believe it was, but seems to be stepping up in spades with that CZ75, so no problem there. Ends up allowing their team get up quickly, up towards Cat, get the bomb down, and put themselves in a post plant. This is where things become very difficult, though. We Global has plenty of util to speak of here, and really advanced positioning on where the remaining terrorists are. One burns alive, Pinecone stuck now. 1 versus 1 has made it from a 1-on-2 into a winnable situation. However, it wasn't winnable enough, and ESEA will go ahead and take it right back into the hands of We Global, despite the best efforts of Canadian Shoulder Peak. And I mean, Canadian Shoulder Peak do get the bomb down yet again, so they are going to be able to afford a very, very nice buy. They'll be able to buy all the goods. AKs, M4s, what else could you want? Four to 1. Keep an eye on ESEA and see if he goes for a pick out towards mid. Seems that they have second thoughts about it. Just want to bring it over towards B. The mid aggression actually comes from 2 riflers and Hayes as well as Angry. And Angry just sits in lower tunnels where we saw him on the pistol round. Hayes will just go ahead and back out through the smoke. But Angry still lurks, and I'm not sure if they're fully aware of his location just yet. They have to be careful no matter where they go. Applesauce's first entry in and sprays down Hayes with the Krieg. So good on the shots. It has some sort of clue on where Angry might be. Unfortunately, the shots quite aren't there. No refrag through. Angry spots a player over towards top mid. Doesn't capitalize on the aggression, unfortunately. Now, Lo-Fi will be waiting on the ESEA all by their lonesome. As the CTs start to cross, he's going to have one hell of a job to deal with. Finds the first, no problem. Second one is where things become a little bit spicy, a little bit dicey. And Simba and Pinecone will deliver perfectly and take down 2 members, making it a 3-on-1. ESEA. Tall order for him as well. As if the one for Lo-Fi wasn't tall enough. This one you have to clutch versus 3. ESEA does spot that first member, though, in the form of Simba. And if they can take down Simba, Pinecone might just be a given considering how low she is on HP here. Doesn't spot Pinecone, unfortunately, though, and that might come back to bite ESEA here. And the shot is missed as well, so now this will surely be a commit from Simba. ESEA just going to go ahead and stick the bomb, and okay, luckily there's no ninja defuse attempt, or not attempt, there's no Ninja Diffuse success this time around, and Canadian Shoulder Peak, they're going to improve to 2. Now pistols for the CTs. Unfortunately, the pistols for the economy for the CT side can just be so poor, especially with how competitive these rounds have been in some sort of cases. And I mean, you can see Canadian Shoulder Peak are just definitely coming out on top of this one. They're going to play a little bit slow, most likely knowing that the CTs are going to be stuck on a couple of pistols here. Applesauce will learn that fact for himself as they take down ESEA. But now Lo-Fi is kind of in a dangerous position right now. Doesn't have any rotates coming over towards B, and we'll have to deal with the brunt of this push coming in towards the B site. Finds the first one no problem, but then they have to go against a firing squad. Applesauce strikes right back and gets a kill into Lo-Fi here, so I feel like I've just been uncharacteristically, or that was an uncharacteristic whiff that we saw from Applesauce before, because they seem to be doing perfectly otherwise here. All their entries, all their kills have just been completely on point, and this should be just another given round. Vestu is against 4, and absolutely no chance here. Really, their best bet, maybe just even saving this. It's kind of a hard ask to really go for any more. Perhaps if they could retrieve the rifle or a gun of any sort that Crackshot dropped, that would be Vestu's best bet. Maybe exits. They're not going to have a lot of money heading into the next round. That's what I'm really trying to keep in mind, and it's going to look even more dire for them. No body armor, nor a CZ to keep into the 8th round here. And we Global have a pretty poor economy to speak of here. They can't buy anything that they, would want to, really. I'm wondering what's on the board for the CTs this time around here. It looks like we're going to be seeing a little more mid-aggression alongside a tag. Make it a double tag through. That's pretty disgusting. That's Simba on the AWP. Quick as ever. Surely Crackshot is going to be ready for this push into B apartments, though. If not, Corroded Beef will have to step up. Now just going to play safe, waiting for rotations. Only finds 2. Now there will be a couple players left on We Global, excuse me. 2 on 3, but both of them are tagged thanks to the lovely shots of Simba. And Applesauce won't struggle with the first, but the second one proved to be too tall of an order, and luckily certain danger avoided as Canadian Shoulder Peak improved to 4 apiece. It was a good attempt from We Global at the same time, though. I feel like if they both weren't tagged by Simba, maybe they could have been a little more competitive with those pistols over towards I keep on wanting to call it apartments. I feel like I've just been doing so much Mirage recently, but they could have made it a little more competitive. That's what I'm trying to say here. However, this is pretty much the opposite of competitive so far. Crackshot is able to find one player while blinded, and the trades are so good so far from Canadian Shoulder Peak as they get away with the advantage after ridding 2 players out from long, only dropping 1 in the process. And that comes from Crackshot, too. He even managed to find a kill before he fell. Now Vestu can't find any aggression that they want. And no Canadian Shoulder Peak members will budge as a result here. We Global have actually dedicated 2 players over towards A, and only now are they sending 1 player over towards B. So that's quite a bit of map control that they just gave up. Luckily, though, it will be retrieved just before things hit the fan. And Lo-Fi will be ready for this inevitable push onto the B-bomb site. Setting up for a little Corroded Beef. Has a flash in. Shots actually happen over towards mid, and actually a missed smoke over towards CT, or missed flash over towards B as well. And it's a little bit of a ham-fisted take onto the site, a ham-fisted execute. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm really glad I did this as a warm-up game. I am stumbling over my words so much. But it will end up looking good for the T side here as they take the lead for the first time in this game. 4-5 now. Not too bad. And a pause comes through. What's in play for these boys? I'm not sure if this is tactical or technical. I would imagine at a level like this is intermediate. They're probably not going to be calling it tactical, are they? Well, who knows? Either way, we Global have now lost a couple of rounds in a row. How many? 4 at least in a row? Maybe. Yeah, no, they've lost 4. Excuse me. A little bit out of it right now. But have that max loss bonus coming through, and it looks like it actually was a tactical, interestingly enough. So just hopping straight back into things, it's 4-5. Canadian shoulder peaker looking awfully advantageous in this round here. Simba spots 4 cross, but he won't know that they're actually double crossing him as they enter back over towards mid, where Simba is able to just shoot one down, no problem, and Canadian shoulder peak will just gladly take that advantage that they have. They know that 4 players cross, and there should only be 1 player over towards A, and that's actually in the form of Hayes, who peeks his head right over towards Catwalk. Soon backs up, though. Doesn't want to exactly chase that down. Did I say Pinecone? I mean, it's Applesauce to take down the member. Wait, no, it's Simba. What am I doing? I'm just so out of it right now, man. 4-5. Canadian shoulder peak, get the bomb down. I mean, this was pretty much a free given round, too. There's almost nothing we Global could do, and especially when Simba's in the picture, pulling up massively. Triple for him so far. Just cleans up all the eco members. Finally, Pinecone gets in the picture, and she actually gets a double, too. Not too bad at all. Not too shabby. It's a clean round win from Canadian shoulder peak as they make their way now up to 6. Another day, another bye from We Global. M4s, all the goods. Simba watching for a cross. Might not be ready for the stopper. Spots it, legs EZE. That is actually huge damage, and even bigger follow-up from Simba. He's so damn good on the sniper. Takes down EZE through the mid doors, and just gives the Opper no shot of this. It's retrieved by Lo-Fi, but he will opt actually to go back to the sniper. Has second thoughts about wherever they want to commit to and however they want to commit to this. Angry is the only person even dedicates slightly over towards Bean. Didn't even spot the head pulling up towards Cat right now. And Simba is just going to be given another free shot. This time not as good. The American sniper struggles a little bit. Or the Canadian sniper, however you want to say it. But it doesn't matter anyway. Canadian shoulder peak is just entering up towards A. Lo-Fi and Hayes combined to actually find 3 kills apiece. So this is a little bit more bloody than you would expect from the T side. Still, though, they are going to eventually crawl their way back onto site. But not before Angry gets back into the picture and picks up Corroded Beef. A refrag through from Simba as he steps up massively in the round. A triple for him. A 1 versus 2 as well. Not only did he get that disgusting shot on the player through door, but he made up for those whiffs over towards mid in a great fashion by taking down 2 over at A. You can't get much better than that. Simba, unbelievable play. Now we'll be doing the same old over towards mid. This time I'm not sure if We Global were actually spotted crossing over towards B. Pinecone will just be watching for it passively from T-spawn here. Has a place to retreat in case things go south, but the only place that's going south is for Lo-Fi. Applesauce able to get one with the Krieg through the door as well. And it's looking awfully good for Canadian shoulder peak, even more so. They have completely shattered the economy multiple rounds in a row. It feels like Pinecone is so damn good on the rifle as well. She, I believe, is top fragging for her team. Yeah, 14-5. It was crack shot for the first few rounds, but the IGL is doing fantastic in her own part. Now over towards B. What will Hayes have to deal with here? Did I just say here? Whatever. What will Vestu be able to do as well? Canadian shoulder peak have officially won the half now, 8-4. It was off to a really good start for We Global, unfortunately. No dice in the past couple of rounds. No luck, no... I mean, it's just kind of been a dismal situation for them, in all honesty. Peek out over towards mid. Simba tries to take a shot. Has second thoughts about it, though. Bit of damage coming out. On to Vestu. He's down to only 6 HP to his name, so we'll pick up the sniper. Try to cross, but be careful. Simba is always watching, it feels like. He looks to bite down, take down another. Passive play now. A default from Canadian shoulder peak. No shots through. And it's all quiet on the western front. Still no players going down. Makes things a little bit more difficult for We Global as well. They're finding a good amount of information, but as soon as they lose a frag here, this most definitely is not going to work in their favor. They won't even have time to rotate players over to whichever site Canadian Shoulder Peak end up wanting to dedicate to in the end. Need comes through, doesn't hit anything, so now almost all the utilities expended. Luckily, Vestu will chime in 6 HP, but still gets a frag onto Crackshot. Crackshot was absolutely on fire for the beginning part of this match, and now the only fire is seen over towards Catwalk. Another attack from Simba. This time it's onto EZE. They're bleeding internally. 13 HP between the two. And as they storm onto the A site, the T's have a good chance at making this happen here. It becomes much, much harder, though, as all the kills happen over towards Cat. Angry steps up massive. A triple for him. And I think that is going to be... Actually, wait, no, I didn't even realize how good the economy was for Canadian Shoulder Peak. I thought it was going to be an eco round for them, but they're still healthy. But this is a relatively important round in the match here. It's important to say that whoever wins this most likely will have to eco, or at least force up everything they possibly can for the last round. It's not going to be the prettiest buy in the world for either of these teams. You see that really the CTs are starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel with their economy at the moment here, and it's looking really good for We Global at the moment here. Lo-Fi and EZE combined to find 3. And it's just going to be an absolute slaughter fest here, and no heroics from Simba this time. He said, hit me with your best shot in Canadian Shoulder Peak. Couldn't quite hit theirs. Last round in. It's not going to be the prettiest buy in the world here, but how do they make that work so well? What? I didn't even look at their economy enough, but apparently they're able to get 4 AKs in a Krieg. Well, I mean... Jesus, that's actually one really good buy. I just severely underestimated how much money that they had lining their pockets at the moment. Angry has made his home over towards the lower tunnels. That's kind of notable to mention because he looks away at the wrong time. Pinecone just gets a free kill into her crosshairs. And that's a great start for Canadian Shoulder Peak. Ready to strike right back and make it a 9-6 half. They're on the fast track to do it now. 2 kills in the round, and Pinecone looking for a third, unfortunately, gets tagged down herself. But Canadian Shoulder Peak are in absolutely no rush at the moment here. They have plenty of time on the clock. A little over a minute now. And We Global are forced to split their defense unevenly, no matter where they try to end up where they end up dedicating to in the end. Definitely is going to favor. That being said, We Global are no slouches either. They can hit their shots. Lo-Fi has been really good in recent times. They're watching over towards mid at the moment. Seems like a dedication over towards A. Pinecone flashes through. Nothing spotted. I think We Global are going to go ahead and start rotating all their players over. You see Vesu's even starting to join the party here. EZE will be the first face, though. Spots Corroded Beef, takes a couple of shots through. Lo-Fi is actually the one to find the frag. EZE steps up, though, picks up his kill in the round here. And this is actually looking worse and worse now as time goes by. Canadian Shoulder Peak barely getting anything together. That was a nuts shot, though, from Crackshot. And suddenly it's Lo-Fi versus 2. He's had 2 in the round, but he's going to need to double up and find even more here. The jump up! And the no-scope isn't quite there. No Kukli style for you. And don't go for it multiple times here. You just might be punished by Applesauce, who has not been whiffing his shots. Lo-Fi trying to split his fights evenly here. It seems to just be getting a slice of the apple pie. No Applesauce. And it's going to be a 9-6 at the half. Canadian Shoulder Peak doing really damn well so far. Will be a little bit of a break before we head into the second half of this match. Simba, though, has absolutely been on fire. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the stats so far. You know what? It's surprisingly, even though I feel like I've just been calling out Simba over and over and over and over again, it's actually Pinecone who's leading the charge. She's doing massively. 100.87, nearly 101 ADR. Simba isn't far behind, don't get me wrong. They're at 100 ADR. So, I mean, really, it kind of feels like a lot of these shots are just going perfectly for Canadian Shoulder Peak at the moment. But maybe I'm fanboying them a bit too much here, because We Global is also stepping up. They have players who are doing well in their own parts. I feel like everyone really had their moment of glory in that first half. Most notably, though, Angry at over 100 ADR as well, as the only person on their team to have over 100 ADR. And I mean, honestly, just been really doing really well is what I'm trying to say, and huge ups to almost everyone on Canadian Shoulder Peak. We Global, again, they've had their moments, but it's kind of hard not to be a fan of Canadian Shoulder Peak at the moment. They've really been able to break the economy a lot of We Global in this game so far, and that is a weird lerp. I just clipped right through the CT. It's kind of weird spawns, to be honest. It's something you would see in a casual game, but whatever. This is a casual match, what I'm just trying to say. Push out over towards A. 3 players dedicated from Canadian Shoulder Peak are able to clean up the first. Not the second, though, nor the third. Lo-Fi, speaking of which, is going to be able to find a triple in the round. Just unbelievable. Rolling over the players at long here, and it's going to be Corroded Beef. Stuck in a 1-on-4. Gets it down to a 1-on-3 after a little bit of a scuffle with Angry. Now knows that players are coming over towards CT, and unfortunately cannot win any duels from there on out. So it will be 9-7. Canadian Shoulder Peak, they're off to a pretty good start there, getting that first blood, but you have to account for the Lo-Fi factor. Because he hip-hops straight through long and gave them a chill anime beat to relax to. Or study, whatever you want to listen to those chill anime beats for. Corroded Beef scout over towards mid. Lo-Fi and Co are just going to bring it over towards B immediately, and Lo-Fi... now it's just going to hip-hop out of there. Vestu and ESEA will just find all the kills that they need, and it's just kind of a meat grinder, really. Standard anti-eco, and we might see this score all evened up here, because that was not a challenge at all for the terrorist side. And I don't think this will exactly be the round that convinces them, and that puts Canadian Shoulder Peak on double digits just yet. Their economy isn't going to look much better this time around here, so it's going to be another excavation with pistols. Made through. And what is on the menu for We Global? Looks like Hayes is going to be setting up a little bit of util. Out towards long. Simba sits right behind the smoke, ready to pounce on them like a lion. But the big cat can't find anything just yet. Players all cross him. They think they've cleared the smoke at this point. Surely he's not going to be able to get away with anything here. This has to be BM at this point. They didn't clear their angles quick enough, apparently close enough. It's only one player dropping at the end of things, but I'm so surprised Simba manages to be Neo from the Matrix and just avoid all those bullets. That was absurd. 9-9. And what's next? Now, for Canadian Shoulder Peak, it seems that they want to finally bring rifles to the table. Simba is actually going to be going out over towards long. Vestu not looking for an op kill, and actually, in fact, no one is looking for an op kill, interestingly. It's actually triple aggression over towards Cat, or double aggression, I should say, excuse me. It looks like they seem to have plans early on of wanting to peek into lower tunnels, but doesn't seem to exactly be the case this time now. Applesauce, don't get caught with your Molotov out, brings out the M4. Pinecone is ready to double peek here, but We Global are going to be able to check it, no problem. Pinecone forced to drop off, and the Molotovs are going through. It doesn't matter, though, when the Kriegs are so damn good. In fact, it's Hayes who's so damn good here. A triple as they just entry in towards the A site with almost no, contention whatsoever. I don't even know what to say. That was really well played by Hayes in particular. Just didn't seem to struggle at all with any of these aim duels. And now the remaining 2 members of Canadian Shoulder Peak are kind of on borrowed time. They have a target on their back. Lo-Fi goes down while trying to chase down the remaining counter-terrorists. But they surely do have a bounty on their head. Kill the CTs here and destroy their economy for the next round, most likely. Corroded Beef will feel the pain. And so will Crackshot in the coming round. So We Global will actually take the lead off the back of that gorgeous triple from Hayes. As he's entry up immediately on the catwalk. That's 2 big thumbs up for Hayes. And Canadian Shoulder Peak are right back on pistols. It's not the prettiest sight in the world. They fake the cross, but the action is actually happening over towards A. All 5 players go as one unit. Couple of missed bits of utility. Doesn't matter all too much though, because I still think We Global would have been able to deal with this either way. They're being careful about how they prod over towards long and ESEA. That's what happens when you peek the face of Applesauce for too long. They're gonna get bitten. Crackshot also able to chime in with a kill before Lo-Fi gets on the the scoreboard yet again. Hey, what's up, Chuck? How you doing? Oh, Hayes and Lo-Fi. This is actually way more bloody than it should be. I just realized they dropped 3 players in the midst of things, and Simba somehow manages to retrieve a Krieg. If he gets his first kill, Simba has a really good shot of winning this. I didn't think I was going to say that. I thought this was going to be another given round, but I'm sort of being convinced a little bit. I end up getting a decent amount of damage done, if nothing else. This is still a pretty successful eco, all things considered, from Canadian Shoulder Peak. If they can just juice out another kill, another 2 kills, that would be pretty helpful. Anything to knock We Global down a peg would really be helpful. Or even just saving this gun and not getting any kills would also be very helpful. Good casting, bud. When we starting our own pro CS team? Dude, I need to get good, man. I just realized how bad I am at Counter-Strike recently. Like, I'm above average, sure, but I don't know. I'm still nothing in comparison. Simba, by the way, just want to point out real quick, actually does manage to get a gun out of the hand and knows exactly where Angry is, so just watching for the inevitable peek, but will manage to keep the Krieg in their hand, so that's really big. It's going to be super important for this round as well, because Canadian Shoulder Peak will have another buy coming through. And this one is going to be very important. It's going to show how close this match is going to be, in all honesty. Smoke through. Simba crosses. We're on A, actually. Little bits of damage. Over on the site. Crack shot waits passively. Over towards Cat is going to be our setting for round number 21. Simba is watching, and he doesn't miss many shots, but this seems to be the odd case where he does. He never misses twice, though. You can't give him a second shot at a free frag, because he will go ahead and easily capitalize upon it. Another one, the Canadian sniper is an absolute magician so far. Takes down ESEA and just continuing the streak of dominance that we saw him get. Just these crazy multi-kill rounds and securing the site all by himself. I feel like I am a little bit biased at the moment, though. We Global still have a definite chance back into this one here. The defense is split from Canadian Shoulder Peak, and We Global have been disgusting on their executes so far. Who's to say that this is going to be a different case? Corroded Beef doesn't want to test his luck. Hey, Hickmeister, yeah, I'm doing 2 games after this. I'm doing Supernova versus Prospects, and I'm doing... I can't remember what. I'll mention it in a second here. Right now, I want to keep an eye on how We Global are going to try taking B here. Corroded Beef has something to say about it. So does Crack Shot. So we do find out that Canadian Shoulder Peak just shoulder peek into We Global and take down every single member, no problem, after they enter the site like that. But, I mean, that was just kind of a team effort. Plenty of good shots coming through. And, by the way, for the third game, I will be doing... Fraggin' for Praise versus Supremacy Gaming. That one's for ESEA main. But Fraggin' for Praise actually just recently got picked up. Fun fact. ESEA takes down Applesauce. Good start for We Global on the T side here. They still do have that round advantage, and being able to split the defense of Canadian Shoulder Peak is so damn important. And they're going to really start to feel the burn now. Canadian Shoulder Peak. Corroded Beef falls. And so do the chances of them being able to win this round. Crackshot finally responds and strikes blood. He's going to be feeling a little bit angry about that. Simba now watches over towards Catwalk as well, but you have to look the right area. ESEA is still a factor, and they haven't accounted for that. They haven't changed the equation to fit ESEA. And it's going to be an easy frag, really. Pinecone has no shot versus a Krieg at a long range like that, and We Global improved to 12 now. It's a bloodbath, but it seems to be no problem for them so far. Another round, Canadian Shoulder Peak. Their money isn't going to be the healthiest. They're forcing up all the remaining scraps that they have here. It's, again, sometimes in the form of a half armor AWP buy. Sometimes it's in the form of a FAMAS. We Global have been able to exploit this mid-round control so damn well. This mid and the mid-round control, I should say. The calls have been good on it for the most part, minus a few hiccups that they've had, such as deciding to dedicate over towards B and just not clearing all the angles, but lesson learned, and they seem to be doing just fine after the fact. Double re-smoke through over towards CT, and they're going towards the bomb site again. The B bomb site is just going to be open for business, but I don't think Canadian Shoulder Peak want any of it. They want to shut them out right here, right now. Crackshot won't be able to do it, but perhaps Corroded Beef will. They're checking car, and they're doing a good job of it, so it's already way better for We Global this time around. ESEA chimes in with a frag. Bomb is planted, and it's beginning to look like the end of the line. It's Simba who strikes right back. How? How does he get that kill on the player through window, man? I don't... Oh, my God. I thought Simba would have just fell. Huh. That almost scared me. When is Buff Daddy team playing? I casted them yesterday, man. Not doing them for the time being, but, you know, soon, hopefully. They get a double entry. They peak the AWP in a 1 versus 1. Tessie, that's a really good look on it. I have no idea why they did that either, to be completely honest. But I'm sure Canadian Shoulder Peak will definitely take a round like that on the board here. 11 to 12, you can't really get much more close than this. Lo-Fi going again, looking for the entry magic. They've done so damn well on it so far. It's definitely worth another shot, and looks like this game definitely is going the distance so far here. Applesauce peeks straight out from car here. Unfortunately, walks straight into a firing range and ends up eating a couple of bullets. Goes down immediately, so We Global want to take this one right back and improve to 13. Simba, who's dancing right behind the smoke at the moment, isn't the real problem. It's Pinecone who is, or perhaps it is Simba in the end here. The jump shots quite aren't through. He'll give it a double try, but unfortunately it's a double miss. And I think Canadian Shoulder Peak will still stay on 11. Corroded Beef. Can't quite find the shots. Angry. Do you want to go for a wide swing? Yes, you do, and you will find the Frank because of it. Improve to an AK, why don't you? But he's just going to go ahead and save it. He knows the money isn't going to be pretty for rounds to come here. He's just going to look for a little bit of exits, but not really going to be given a good chance. Yo, Nebel, I'd like to, but I have 2 casts after this, so it's going to be kind of hard to really do that when my schedule's booked for today. But I do appreciate the request. I always like having games recommended to me. Perhaps some other time, though. We are going to be doing a main game a little bit later on, though, between 2 6-0 teams. So, I mean, hey, if you like main games, we got you there. And Canadian Shoulder Peak, they don't got much going for them here. They'll have a single player dedicated over at B. That's Corroded Beef, the player who saved his AK. Else, the war effort will be over towards Catwalk. Simba with a P250 just drops the smoke and decides to call it a day here. But entering straight up onto A will also be Vestu and Co. And the trade through, Angry pushes on through the smoke over at Catwalk, and it's just not looking good at all for Canadian Shoulder Peak. Corroded Beef is again stuck in a clutch. This time won't even have a chance at saving the AK. 14 now. We Global want to close it out right here, right now. I feel like I haven't really been giving the due respect that We Global deserve. They've been really popping off a lot recently and doing super well, and they want to improve to that 5-1 record, ESEA Intermediate. ESEA will watch for a cross through. Has not been nearly as good as Simba, unfortunately, but still is doing incredible at the moment. 19 and 14. Nate Stack amounts to a free kill on DeHaze, so it's even Stevens, but a push up from Vestu might go ahead and change the course of action. Vestu actually isn't peeking out over towards long, but I don't think it matters at all. The defense is split from both sides here. Lo-Fi is just having a field day. Crackshot, no chance either. I mean, that is just pure domination. We Global just pug it out, go full dust 2 on us, and easily clean it up. (15 to 11 now. Canadian Shoulder Peak, unfortunately, have just not won many of these duels, and it becomes so hard to really make gorgeous rounds happen when they're just not given the opportunities that they really want. And Pinecone is surely feeling the heat of it. She goes down almost immediately to Lo-Fi, and Lo-Fi has definitely been one of the big heroes of this match. But I feel like everyone on We Global is seriously having their game. Who am I to judge? They're the ones popping off here. A little bit of a response from Canadian Shoulder Peak and maybe a little bit of chance. Corroded B finds 2 with us FAMAS. It's a 2-on-2. And maybe there's still life yet for the Canadian Shoulder Peakers. Lo-Fi is stuck. And against 2. Hides behind car at the moment. Wait for the smoke to dissipate. Peek out right behind it. Simba spots you, takes you down. 3K for him and a 2K for Corroded Beef. The two remaining, or the two heroes from Canadian Shoulder Peak combine to get all the members of We Global. So Canadian Shoulder Peak will stay alive in this match. Nearly going to be pushing it to overtime at this moment. Now only a 3-round difference between the two. But We Global have enough money to afford a very healthy buy this time. So they're not in any danger. Canadian Shoulder Peak, though, they're staring down the barrel of one long gun. As the guns come out towards long, who will be there? Pinecone. She's the only one separating them from being able to take the site. No chance. We Global now 3 versus 5 here. It's looking awful now for Canadian Shoulder Peak. They had a little bit of life yet, but this time the members who were heroes in the last round can't quite do the same. Or perhaps Simba can. He got a 3K before. He could do it again. It's only 2 this time, and it's Crackshot. He was on fire for the first part of this game, but he seems to have cooled off, unfortunately, and he's going to be put on ice. As Canadian Shoulder Peak are going to drop that game 16-11. Very good shots from them. I have to say, We Global were hitting some really nasty shots through that one and are going to be able to take that match in a good fashion. That is going to be it for me on this channel. I am going to be live on Supernova GG. I'll go ahead and host as well. And that is going to be where I'm going to be having our second match of the night, which is going to be Prospects versus Supernova. So I'll be live there in a few moments. Thank you guys so much for watching. It won't be too long, and I mean, hey, I'll see you soon. I'm just going to go ahead and toss it to some music, and I'll see you then.